Hello guys, good morning. So today, let me put in here, we're gonna have this light going right in front of the cell phone, but it's just for the beginning of the class. And this is because I'm gonna show how to make the, let me just cover the light here. I'm gonna show how to make this dragon that goes in his chest first, so we have time to let it dry while we're making the hand. Let me try to show like this here. Okay, so we're gonna try to do that. It doesn't look really good when it's so zoomed in, but this is pretty small, and once it's on his chest, it's gonna look very good. And oh, I forgot to put my camera. Just a second. While you guys are coming in. I don't know where's my other camera. Whatever, I'll just don't record that part anyway. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I have the printing. So here it says to print on a tissue paper. You can. If you print on a tissue paper, you just need to do the 3D paint on top, and then you can put it on water and then it will dissolve, and then you just glue it. But I don't know, I just think it's easier like that, the way that we're gonna do. I just thought about it after. So I cover with pen. I don't know if you guys can see, just to make it easier. I cover yeah, you guys can see. I cover with pen. The light is pretty bad because the light is coming from the bottom, so we can do that. But I guess you guys can see. I will change the light after we're done doing this. And so what I've done here is I put the paper. So the light is here, is a glass table. It's just like a regular glass. And then my light that I plug it in. It's like the clip-on light. So it's under my glass here, so that makes everything here very transparent. So as you can see, this is the drawing there. So let me zoom in there. So as you guys can see, I made the contour with a pen, and on top of the paper I actually put some tape. So you guys can see here, there's some tape covering, so it's plastic. So that will avoid the paper to get stuck on my 3D paint. And I'm gonna use this 3D paint here, golden 3D fabric paint. So yeah, the light is terrible because it's coming from the bottom. I will change that in a bit, as soon as I finish this drawing. Okay, so to make it easier, I will get a piece of fabric here. Is this? Yeah. I'm gonna get a piece of fabric here, and what I'm gonna do is, I already made this one, so now I'm gonna make this one. And I'm gonna cut, not so big, just smaller. Okay, and I will also put this on a piece of tape, the fabric. So I get this large tape to pack. And I'm going to put my fabric, the shiny part, the beautiful part, on top of my, just see here with the light on top, on top of my tape. So this is the tape here, and the fabric goes right there. I try to put without wrinkles, so just very straight on the tape. And then you can cut the edges so you don't get the edges sticky. And then you have a fabric that is really well placed in tape. So tape one side and fabric the other one. And we're gonna place it in here on our drawing, the one we're gonna do right now, this one. And if you want to make it even easier, you can tape this over the paper. I mean, there's tape underneath, so it's not gonna get stuck. So you tape that so it's not gonna move. It's not gonna go anywhere, and that makes it easier to do it. There you go. So now we have it pretty good in there. So I hope you guys can still see. I can see pretty good here in the phone. Doesn't look like you guys can see very well underneath, like the drawing. Let me just fix the phone here. Sorry guys, don't get dizzy. There. I'm gonna try to put the light farther in. Oops. What happened here? The phone fell? It's asking me to rotate. Doesn't make sense. There you go. I guess you guys can see. You can't really see the pen, but I can from here. And when you're doing in your home, you're going to be able to see pretty good. And then for the 3D, I put some tape on the tip just to make it a little bit thinner to help me out. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go on top and do the drawing. It doesn't get perfect because it's not so thin like this one, but it still gets good enough. So some parts is impossible to do the same, so we just kind of go as close as we can. There. Once I'm done this, I'm gonna put the light on top, and then you guys are gonna be able to see way better what I did. Okay, so let me put the light on top now, and then you guys will see that it actually looks good. There you go. Oh, just take the light from the top. So the light underneath helps you to see it gets transparent, but it's not very good for recording. Well, it's also, you can't really see the colors when you are covering the drawing, but you can see the draw pretty good, so it's good. So there you go. Now we have that. And it's always good to cover some, like, because we're gonna have to cut that. So if you leave this too much open here, then you have to go with the scissor all the way there, and you don't want to do that. So try to put some extra here, just to, so you don't have to go so deep with the scissors, and also like connect some parts around here, just to make it easier, the cutting. Okay, now we have to leave this drying here, like let it dry very good before we touch it. So that's why I did it first. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to let it fully dry for this class, but I have it here ready to go. So this one I already cut. There. This one, it wasn't fully dried, so I put my hands here. I kind of smashed it a bit. Put the paper here. There you go. So I kind of smashed it a bit, but it won't be able to see because it's in his chest. It's gonna look good anyway. So let's glue this on his shirt right now, and then we can do his arms. So let me just put him here, and I'm going to change my phone position for that. And put my table back here. So also if I move my table, the phone gets better. Okay, there. And further. There you go. Okay. All right. So now that we have that, all we need to do is glue this here. So you see, even though it's smashed and stuff, you won't be able to see because we're going to put it right here, and it's not going to be anything visible. So I'm going to get my silicone glue, my Beacon 3-in-1 here, and I'm going to clean up the tip, and I'm going to glue it there. So put glue in the back. Try to put a lot of glue, I mean not a lot, but try to be fair to the ends, like to the edges, so you don't get the edges sticking out. You really don't want edges sticking out, it doesn't look any good. So for this one, what I did here is I cut it when it was dried and tried to go inside as much as I could. And then when I was almost finishing to cut, I removed the tape from the back. And also you can get the lighter and light up the edges that you didn't cut well, so it will kind of like burn the fabric, and it turns out good. Okay, so very gentle here to hold. If you want to use tweezers, you can. I'm not a big fan of tweezers, so I'm just gonna glue it in there. The first one is not so hard. The second one might be harder because we have to try to put in the same position that the first one. The first one is kind of alright. So there you go. So that's what I said, you have to be fair with the edges, because if it's sticking out, it doesn't look like it is part of the fabric. So mine is sticking out a bit in there. So what I'm gonna do for that is, let me go closer. Guys, I'm sorry, I have 7 puppies here, and they're screaming because they don't want to be inside their little place anymore, the X-Pen. They want to hang out in the house, but they pee and poop all the time, so I can't really let them be around. Okay, so when I have the tip sticking out, I get a toothpick and I put some glue in there to the back. and then I press it down, and really I want all these tips to be really well glued to the fabric. There you go. That's good enough. So let me show here. There you go. It's not gonna be like that because I'm not gonna have the, I might even do this. I like it. Coming down like that. Yeah, I might do that, maybe. We'll see. All right, so now I'm gonna show how I made his how do you call this, sleeve? I think so. Oh, I forgot my lighter. Let me just get it. We didn't forget, it's around here somewhere. Oh, it's here. Okay, so how I did here to measure this was I got the fabric. Let me just show. I got the fabric, and as I said, I used this part that is already finished because that was a shirt, so I always like to do that. And what I did here is I have already cut it because I needed to cut the two of them the same size. So the original one that I'm going to use is this one, but this one I just want to show how I cut it so you guys know how to do it. So what I did here was I measure the arm, so I went around and I let it a little bit bigger because I want to overlap like this. I want to do this and then go over a little bit, right? So I did that, and once I got the measurement, I made a little cut just to show me where it was. And then I got the fabric up here and I went around and I did the same thing here, and I made a little cut in there, just like to show me what I wanted to do it. And then once I have that, then I had how large I want it. I cut in this shape, so I had this marked, so I knew how thick I wanted here, and I had the top here because I cut right I made a cut right on the shoulder there, and I left a little bit bigger because I need to fold that in, right? So I did that, and then I cut from here. I open a little bit, not much, but this part must be a little bit larger than this, and then here you we make it like a U shape, which it doesn't really matter because we're gonna fold it in so much that this doesn't really need to be the perfect shape. And then for this part here, what I did was I burned one side of that because I don't want to fold all of it and it's gonna be very much hidden, so I just burn it. I mean, not burning, but sealed with fire. So always make sure to use the blue part of the fire on the underneath, and to don't stop in the same spot, kind of move it around. There, so it's all sealed. Okay, now what I did was I glued the wrist to start with, so I have it in the right position there. So to glue the wrist, I got the part that is not sealed. So I got the size that is not sealed first, and I add some glue to it, not a lot. This. And then I calculate where I want the sealed part to be, and underneath is a good idea because it's not going to show so much. So around there is a good idea. And then I came with this one all around, and I actually glued it to the arm. This one is a little bit harder because the arm is very stuck to the body, but the good thing about it is that it's harder to see where you glue things around. So just glue it. Oops. Let me try to put in a good position that you guys can see where I'm gluing here. Okay, so it's easier to show if I glue from here. So if you take too long to glue, the glue is not going to work anymore. So add more glue. And glue this part. So all I want here is don't have the fabric running away from me and staying in position until I'm done with the rest. And here, all I need is to bring it back and go around here. And if you want, you can even glue this part right there, just the wrist. Don't glue all the way here because you want the fabric kind of to open, because it makes it easier if you can open to glue that part. So just gonna put there, and this is gonna be underneath, so it won't show that much. If the glue gets darker, makes the fabric darker, it won't show too much, so it's not a problem. And I'm gonna put it underneath, go around, and glue. There we go. So when you look under there, you can't really see anything. See, it's all glued together, and you can't really see the ending there. It's, let me put him right there. So that's a good place to do it. And now that I did that, I still want to get this part here and go around his elbow like this, right? I have to be able to do that so I can hide the glue part. So once I do that, I'm just gonna hold in place. I don't want to actually glue. And now I'm gonna see where the shoulder will be, and I will glue the shoulder right there. So for the shoulder, I'm gonna fold and do this, kind of in the center. Okay, so for that, I want to take a look at this side just to see how far I went from the neck to kind of have the same distance here. And look into the front, I'm going to kind of put glue. Oops, my glue spread it out. It doesn't matter if it's splashed, but if it does that, you can just clean up with alcohol the part that it didn't supposed to have splashed paint. So once I did that, I will again pull my elbow to the back, because my elbow needs to be able to move in there like this. So you can't, if you glue too much here, then you don't have fabric for the elbow to go. So make sure to guarantee that elbow is going to be able to go there. And here you kind of find the center of this, and then glue it. Oops, too much. Otherwise the elbow is not going to go. There. That's enough. Alright, so once I glued here, I will keep on going around his arm. So you see I have all this fabric and I don't need all of that. So this is going to be something that we have to fold it in. So that is kind of the hardest part, but it's not super hard. So we're going to put glue and kind of go in here. So go slow. And bring the fabric in. Bring it in, just folding. And hold it. And then you keep on going. So there's a natural fold in here that I'm just going to use to go inside. It's going to make it easier. And fold it in. Keep on going. There. So what happened here is, you see here there's a glue part and there's a thing here that I didn't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some glue on my toothpick. And this will always happen, so we have to learn how to fix it in case of these mistakes happen. And I'm going to put some glue in here. And I'm going to pull this fabric on top and hold it and cover that. And if it doesn't cover as much as you want, mine cover pretty good here, but if you want even more, you just get some pointed stuff and stuck it in before your glue dries. This is still gonna work. After it dries, it doesn't work anymore, so you have to do it right away. There you go. That's good. And now here it always gets a little bit of extra fabric here, which is okay because we want this extra fabric, because otherwise it's going to be too straight, too tight. You want to have like folding fabric in here, so it's okay. And I'm going to turn around because now I need to see this side in here, and I'm gonna glue that. I don't know if I can show you guys here. So you see this fabric is not glued, this one. So I want to glue this all the way in his arm, in the back there. So let me just pull this to the other side so you guys can see. I'm gonna be able to, yeah, there you go. And I can't do a lot because I still need to cover the elbow. So I should probably cover the elbow first. So I'm going to bring it down here and cover that. Otherwise I'm not going to be have enough fabric there. So we'll go around and stick it in. And now you have to do this one first, because this one must be under the sealed one, right there. So for here, what I do is get this out of the way there, and then we just put a lot of glue here, so we can glue all this extra fabric right there. And this is the one that it was in the front, and I'm pulling to the back and gluing the way it does. It doesn't really need to be perfect because we're gonna cover that with the other side. So just make sure that everything is gonna be nice and glued here. Like this. And if you want to, you can just, this doesn't matter because we're gonna cover up. Uh-oh, I think I didn't get enough. See, I didn't get enough for the elbow there, but I can pull the fabric like this, make a folding, and then bring it there. So that's okay. And again, I'm gonna put it in here because I want to make sure that this is gonna be covering on the curve. I'm just gonna bring it all the way there. There you go. And now I know how much fabric I have in here to work with. So this one I'm gonna also keep on bringing it inside and covering. There's this glue here, let me show you, we can remove with alcohol. So this is rubbing alcohol. I didn't find a 99%, so this one is not very good. This one is only 70%. It's kind of watery and it doesn't really do his job. Don't do where you actually glue the fabric because it's going to come out and it's going to unglue the fabric. But here it's not glued, it's just popping out some glue in there. So just clean up with alcohol and it's going to be nice and clean. Hopefully the alcohol doesn't stain this kind of fabric, red one, but I don't think it will. It usually doesn't. Okay, and now we're going to keep on folding that part. So this one, there's a lot of, I pressed the fabric where I shouldn't have done the alcohol to show because now it doesn't want to glue. But it's okay because I got another stain here, but it's not in a part that is glued, so alcohol will clean up. But I'm not gonna do it right now, otherwise my glue is not gonna be gluing. And for this part here, I will put the glue in the fabric because I want to go all the way around. I'm going to stuck it in carefully. If your hands don't go, just use a toothpick. That's it. So you can leave it more like this, like fluffy if you want to go fluffier. Okay, now here I will need to clean up again because I pressed my finger on this fabric too much and it got the glue underneath. So this one is also not gluing, it's not like the sewing part, so I can clean up very carefully because I don't want to unglue, I just want to remove the glue from my fabric. And I think I did. I'll take a better look after once it's dried because I can't really see right now. Okay, so if I didn't, I'll do it after because alcohol does clean this glue pretty good. And yeah, no, this one is actually gluing. I have to go stronger here. Okay, perfect. And now I will have to glue this part in here, not exactly right now because it's not dried yet. So I will not finish the hair today because I want to buy gray thread to finish this hair. I will try to buy for this week and I'll let you guys know if I found it. Because yeah, I want to kind of fix this color. I don't like this bluish thread that I use in there. So for this one to cut, what I did, like I cut with the big scissor, cut all the way around, and when there was paint and you know you can't really cut the fabric and you get these little things here, you get these little things around. You just get the lighter, and with the 3D paint in there, you just like slowly go like chup 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 really fast, because it burns the fabric, but it doesn't burn the 3D paint. So it's just gonna get nice and well placed to do this. And then I'm gonna glue it in here, and the outfit is ready. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I will have to clean up everywhere that I see glue, extra glue. There are some spots in here, and that's it. Here too, because when I put the arm, I saw that I got some glue there stuck. So just a Q-tip with alcohol and you can clean up pretty good. All right, and if you don't have a fabric that have this finishing hand here, you have two options. You can fold it and glue it, which it might stain the darker, or you can just sew it. So it's really not a big deal to sew before gluing anything in there. And now also what I want to do here is I want to glue. Did I glue him already here? I don't think I did. No, he's not gluing the base, so I cannot glue his outfit in here. I have to glue him to the base. I will do that when he's actually fully ready. Okay guys, so that's it for today. That was a faster class because it was just to finish his outfit. And I really like, I just don't like his hair. I have to fix his hair. I really don't like the colors. And it's kind of like, the crazy hair here is not a problem because this is just a hairspray and your hand will solve it. But the problem is the bluish color. I really don't like the bluish color. There, I'm sure it's bluish. I don't know if you can see in the camera that is bluish. You can't really see in the camera that is bluish, but it is. So I will try to find some other thread for that. Okay? Alright, so I will finish all this Dracula on the $10 pledge for this month. We still have to do the hair, and that might, maybe one last class or two, I can't guarantee. I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if the next one will be next weekend because I need to find the whatever I will use for his hair. And yeah, that's it guys. So if you have any questions, you can type on the post on Patreon, or you can also message me, like comment this video straight on YouTube. It's up to you, whatever you rather. And that's it. All the videos are available already for the $10 pledge, and I will leave like that, only $10 to access all the classes that I already did. And if I can grow the Patreon and get more subscribers, then we can talk about having more online classes. From now on, after I'm done Dracula, I'm not planning any new online classes until my Patreon is a little bit busier, because right now it's pretty dead. Like there's not a lot of people around, and it's really not worth and not inspiring to come here and to teach all those things for just a few people. Okay? Alright guys, I will let you guys go and have a great weekend, and see you all either next weekend or the other one. Okay? Bye bye!